Oh, good morning, Internet. It's turning out to be a beautiful day here in Seattle, and I'm thinking about going for a ride. It's starting to warm up today. I want to address three questions that are here are very popular on the Internet regarding the rad power bikes. And the first one is very near and dear to my heart, and that is security. What do you do about security on the bike? Now, my first rad power bike, I had it locked up in a secure building in a condo, and in the middle of the night, some guys came in a crowbar, took the bike, hauled it off. It's like they're professionals. They weren't concerned about anything, and we got some wonderful video footage of it. And of course, I posted down the bike index and never heard a thing. So, but what was really tough is that was my toy. I saved for a long time for the Rad Power Bike, and you just don't want to have people steal it. So, anyways, I was quite bummed over it. And so I have a philosophy that me and a buddy both share is that if we're going out riding for the day, if we go for lunch or anywhere, we have wonderful locks and we lock it to a solid steel object like a pole or a bike rack or something. And we keep it in view 100% of the time. So if anyone runs the restroom or is up, ordering something, somebody's always watching the bikes because there's so much money involved with it, your tools and the bike and all the extra gear, etc. You just don't want to lose it. So I have a philosophy: keep an eye on. Also, number two, always keep it out of sight, out of mind. So I have a condo here, and so we have security buildings, we have ring, we have locks on the doors. In addition to that, I even take my lock and lock my bike to the actual wall into a stud. So you've got to really want the bike, and that if you want to, steal it. But the more important part, people don't see it, so they don't know it's there. And people like who steal stuff generally like low hanging fruit, something that's very easy to steal. So that's just my personal opinion regarding security on the bike. The next one is, what do you think about the batteries? Now, I don't ride in the cold. Typically, I'm gone in the tropics for the winter. And so typically, the coldest I'll ride is 45 degrees with the sun shining. Because a lot of times when we go out riding, we're put on easy 40 miles. And I have two batteries. And so um, the best thing to do is that you don't want to get your cold and you don't want your battery to wear out. So I would contact RAD if you're planning to ride in the snow or ride up somewhere where it's below freezing. I would contact RAD because personally I have no experience. As far as storage goes, it's always in my condo, so it doesn't get cold in the condo. So that's my personal opinions. Basically, I have no advice for you on that. But the last thing is, what do you do about maintenance? Now, I've had over 5,000 non-commuter miles on my bikes. I have four RADs. I've purchased four RADs so far. So obviously, I like RADs. But when I first bought my first RAD bike, I didn't know anything about bike maintenance or anything. So I took the time to learn about my bike, and I found out it's very simple to work on because there isn't a whole lot of mechanical parts on it. And the hardest thing is adjusting the chain. And but the nice thing is that Rad Power Bikes offers a nice little toolkit that comes with your bike, and you can actually do like 95% of your work on that. The only thing that doesn't come with is a tool tire repair kit. So that's something I encourage you to do. Now I also run the liners and I run the green slime inside. But I did have basically a huge gouge on the my tire last year, and I had to call AAA, but AAA is getting, they didn't know if it was going to be 3 or 4 hours before they picked me up. So I ended up calling Lyft and got the one of the larger lifts, and we threw it in the back because I want to get out of there. It wasn't a good part of town. It was on the bike route. So so I couldn't fix that. But we a lot of times will go, we'll go way up the mountains, and there's no way you can get a car up there. There's no way to get back to your vehicle to take your bike to the shop. I have a friend of mine who has a philosophy that I do what I do, and I hire experts to work on what they're good at. So he doesn't work on the bike at all. He has no knowledge of it, and he doesn't want to have any knowledge. But if we're way up in the mountains and we're 20 miles away from anywhere, the only person that can fix the bike is me, and because he has no clue, because the only option is you can't get a car there, so you'd have to helicopter it out. So anyways, my philosophy is have a knowledge on how to work with it. As far as maintenance goes, basically once a year I take them in, have them tuned, and because when you have a professional tune your bike, it's like the hand of God is just touched you. So, they're really really good at what they do, so they do it all day long. So those three areas: the safety, out of sight, out of mind; the battery. I don't have any opinion. I don't ride in cold weather, so I just keep my bike dry and inside. And the last one is maintenance. I think you ought to, get to know your bike a little bit better, because sometimes you may be somewhere that you can need that little toolkit and a pet tire repair package and fix it. So that's my opinion on that, and hopefully it's suitable to you. And gosh, thanks for writing. And turns out to be getting warmer all the time, so I might head out this afternoon. So I'm looking forward to it. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.